far? Because you've had some crazy results. I just looked at
Yeah.
what you posted in the group initially. That's probably, I don't know, maybe Paul can tell you a bit more, but it's probably one of the best results we've had in terms of net gain, percentage gain in a short period of time.
Wow.
Well, it's because you've taken the model and adapted it, which is really interesting
Mm.
and fascinating because our model is built to scale through prop firms and cash accounts, but you've taken that and then flexed it for your cash account and had tremendous results with it. So we'd love to hear more about that.
So before we get into this video, I'm going to give you some context. Marcia, who you'll hear from in a second, wanted to trade prop firms, but her country didn't allow prop firms that she lives in. So she had to find a new innovative way to trade our model whilst having the same returns as prop firms paid out. So in this video, we're going to break down how Marcia decided to leverage cent accounts with her own real money. One of the benefits of that is you get instant payouts. You don't have to wait for the 10% and 5% prop firm payouts. You can start earning straight away. So if you want a different approach, if you want to leverage your own capital as well as prop firm accounts, then listen to this video. It has a wealth of knowledge inside of it.
And then the thinking starts like, okay, how can I use these wonderful strategies that I've generated with 2.5K? And then I took 3 of my best strategies, threw them in ChatGPT, and I was like, analyze this, tell me the strengths, the weaknesses, the characteristics of these strategies. And then I had a conversation and I made some suggestions. So if I were to trade this at this percentage, and that's how this whole thing was born, basically.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Thinking outside, I love when people think outside the box in any endeavor, and that's such a cool way to think about it, especially when you broke it down, when you took the absolute 10K from the 100K from the prop firms and then reverse engineered it from there. That makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. And it's something that off the back of that, Fabian actually tested out himself, and he's got really good results in the last couple of months doing it on a cent
Oh, that's
account. So
cool.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
it's something that we may actually like to get your help on potentially in the next evolution of the program because you're the expert on that now. So,
I would
in
love to.
yeah, we could have your own
Yes,
module.
yes.
So, I'm looking at your FX book right now, and you've had since it's currently 9th of June, and you started on the 3rd of May, and you've made 59.43%, which
The
is
4th of March, you mean?
sorry, 4th of March, yeah.
Yes,
March, April,
yes.
May, June, yeah, which is crazy. That's like almost 20% a month. Um,
Because if you do this, you have to be comfortable with higher levels of drawdown.
yeah.
I'm totally fine with that, but some people get really nervous.
Well, I'm looking at
But
your equity curve right now, and you went into pretty much drawdown on day one, and you were in
yeah,
drawdown for like the majority of March, and then it just took off. But what's really interesting
yeah,
to me is for people who are trading in this environment right now, May June time, which has been bad,
yeah,
and you're in the plus in May June, which is crazy. You're what is it, 7% in May, and you're almost 5% in June, which is pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah. It's amazing actually. It's working out really well. Yeah,
So I want to just circle back on something you said because I think it's so important. The fact that you said that you have to be okay going into drawdown, and you learned that pretty quickly, and it's something that you had to make peace with. Now, I
yeah.
think some people have a perception that just because this is algo trading, that you shouldn't be going through drawdown periods. So, what's your thought on that? How do you manage yourself during a period of drawdown?
I just trust data. I have so much because of the way our program is set up. I have so much history that I can look at. I have out of sample history that I can look at.
Mm,
And as long as so it's totally normal. I know the longest losing streak that my portfolio has produced to date. So, and because this is not a prop firm, when I'm at a losing streak of 6, I already have a replenishing idea. So I know that, okay, if the longest streak ever is 9 trades. If I'm at 7, I am going to add more capital to my account in order to make sure it can get safely through that period. And whenever you're uncomfortable, you just add money. Like you can't do that with a prop firm. So I feel so much more flexible
yeah.
with this system. It's also like I can I just like got to 4K with this account, and I upped the percentage to I kicked it up from 25 to 30. Like you can do all these things. So yeah, it's really cool to feel free to
Yeah,
actually execute the strategies. Yeah.
that's really cool. I'm just really surprised that you've had the results you have starting during the most challenging trading period since 2020,
Yeah.
which is crazy. So
Yeah.
maybe we should be taking notes from you and not the other way around. Uh,
Yeah.
what's the plan with the portfolio? Like, what are you going to do moving forward?
So I have big plans, big ideas. So my uh first I want to be risk free. So whatever was put in will be taken out and rinse and repeat. Put it with another broker. Um, I'll initially grow them to 10K. I was thinking about, okay, maybe take out whenever it generates 2K, you take it out, you let it do it again, you take it out,
Sure.
or you do 2K per month, you let it grow if it does that. And then the next month you do it again. So there's also some growth. I'll
Yeah.
refine that when I'm there. But the first goal is to grow the just rinse and repeat. Whenever the first 2.5K is generated, take it out, start a new one, and
Yeah.
then just let them do their thing.
Are you going to continue with the cent accounts, or are you eventually going to get into the bigger dollar amount counts?
Yeah, this was purely to see that my theory really did. There's always little things that you maybe oversee, so I
Yeah.
didn't want to risk like big money to do that. So that's the only reason why I used the cent account. But actually, within the next 2 weeks, I'm starting with not cent account. Same
Perfect.
thing. Yeah, I trust it now.
Are
Yeah.
you still mining? Are you still data mining strategies continuously?
Always.
Always.
Yes, yes. I can't wait for Friday to because I will be trading different strategies. So for the next one I'm going to start, I will whatever I'll get to mine with our new portfolio our new system. I'll just look at the losing months I've been having. If you look historically, there are like maybe 1 to max 2 losing months a year. So I'll take a portfolio that don't lose those months. So that gives me the feeling that the trading strategies are complementary in that way, that they're not exactly trading the same way. So in a certain market condition, they produce losses. No, I want one that produce in those months wins. So I know that even if it's not the best strategy, that it offsets what I already have. So with that, that's how I'll select the second, the next strategy that I'll trade.
Nice.
And it will be on the 4.0 template. Yeah.
Nice. 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 Paul, do you have any questions? Oh, you're on mute, buddy.
Well, I haven't, but I've just sort of been sitting here in awe, really, because it's such a lovely story. You're obviously really smart, and your data career has really helped you here. But also,
Yeah.
there's an element of being wise here, and your perspective on drawdown and the psychology of it is really important as well. So it's just been really lovely to listen to.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
within your portfolios, how many strategies are you actually running? And I suppose I'm interested in the mechanism of how does your portfolio translate and scale down to $2,500? Is that the trade copier, and how have you structured assets and trade copier to make that work?
Yes. So what I did is everything is in Darwin X. That's where the strategies were trained on that data. So that is where I run the EAs. And then I copy to the broker, and I set the copy percentage. How do they call that?
Yeah, it must be really low.
It's at 25% actually.
25%.
And what you have to look for is that your lot sizes are not lower than the minimum allowed,
Yeah,
because then you're not really getting the 25% equivalent, right?
yeah,
So that was my first check. When I put it on 25%, I'm like, okay, what are my lot sizes? And I can compare them to the master. But by already looking at what the master was trading on, I divided by 4, and I'm like, okay, we're above
yeah.
0.5 or something, so it will work.
Yeah,
So
I sort of assumed a 10K count would be the minimum, but actually you've proven that 2.5K is absolutely viable. You just have to be a bit
yeah,
careful because you're right at the bottom sort of level. How many strategies are you running in your
I'm
portfolio?
running I'm running 8 strategies,
Okay.
even though my portfolio was officially 10 strategies.
Yeah.
But I always do a back test of the last month. And then I saw that one of them was not performing great in this period of time. So I just switched that off. So I'm running 8 strategies,
Perfect.
which was also safer for, drawdown purposes. Yeah.
Yeah, again, that's really smart because in my portfolios and often in a lot of members' portfolios, this period has been really tough. And generally, it's 1 or 2 difficult strategies that are having a tough period.
Yeah.
My major risk event on a portfolio that I was testing was really just 2 out of 10 strategies. So that's quite smart as well, just turning them off.
Yes.
And that's pertinent. A lot of our members are talking about the Japanese pairs, UJ being the primary one, and the big whipsaw events that we see regularly on that asset at the moment. So just turning it off is
just turn it off.
sensible, and let the others play
And
out.
then and then when I do my back test and I see that it's been performing well for 2 consecutive months, I'll turn it back on. And then maybe one that's not been performing, I'll turn that one off. So I have a basket of 10 strategies, but based on the short-term results, I switch on and off.
Yeah.
So what metric do you look at? Is it just purely percentage loss, or like what is it important to you to make you want to turn it off?
It's consecutive losses.
Consecutive losses.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And again, I'm sorry we talk over you there, but the conversation we have regularly about retesting our portfolios and strategies, this is often giving people totally different insights into the performance of their portfolios and strategies. And my advice has always been follow the data. Now that you know this new information, what do you do with it and how do you act on it? And you're giving some great examples of just actually making a really simple decision of turning it off until you have those two clear months. So it's really good learning here for all of us. So that's fantastic.
Would you say that there is a particular skill set that you have to have coming into this type of trading, or can it be adopted? And if so, what is it?
I think it can totally be adopted if you just have a good head on your shoulders, then everybody can do this. I have an advantage, I won't lie, because I have this data management background. So I already have trust in data because I've worked with it so long, and I see and I know about trends and I know about transforming and stuff like that. So, but if you can just accept that as a given, that data is trustworthy, that you can do the same. Absolutely. Yeah. Everybody can do this.
What would you tell someone who's sort of, you mentioned that you saw 4 of my videos before you decided to jump in, which is the case with most people, but what would you tell someone who's on the fence?
If you want to trade, do it this way. In my opinion, you have the highest possibility of success by doing it this way, especially compared to linear trading. Just give it a try. And if it doesn't work for you, then just don't trade at all. Then it's just absolutely not. If you can't do it this way, I don't think you'll be able to pull it off. Like, I really think that this, I really wish I knew about this like 10 years ago.
Me too.
This is it. Like, I felt so much peace when I was really like understanding what we're doing. And then I'm like, yes, you can't beat this. Yeah.
Just have to trust the data, like you said.
Just trust the data. And that's the only way to mess it up, actually. If you don't trust it, then you start messing with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, listen, Marcia, I really appreciate you jumping on and sharing your knowledge and what you've essentially brought to the table, because no one else is doing this inside the program. Everyone's doing our bread and butter, which is the prop firms, but there are more ways to skin a cat, as they say. So really appreciate you sharing your knowledge, and long may it continue. Yeah,
well, you're very, very welcome, and thank you so much for sharing all this, because it becomes, I could not have come to this without your program. So thank you for thinking to set something like this up, share it with us. And Paul also, like from the beginning, when you weren't in the team yet, I learned so much from listening to you. In the beginning, I was like visiting, or at least at the beginning when I just had access to the community, I would just hop on those calls, and I've learned so much.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Well, it's coming back now because I've learned things from you. So fabulous. Thank you very much. It's been an absolute joy to chat to you. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thanks, Marcia. I'll stay on the poll, stay aligned with Paul for a little bit, but you're free to leave. Thank you very much.
All right then. Thank you guys. Bye.
Thank
See ya.
you. All
Bye.
the best. See you soon.